Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I've not got a detector in my hand. Like I say, I've chosen not to go detecting, not because someone's had a rant on social media saying you will put the hobby in disrepute if you go detecting, which is absolutely wrong. Guys, we know the score, you're not daft. We just use common sense. Metal detecting will always be there. Will our lives always be there if we don't pay attention to what the government's telling us? Possibly not, you know. This is a serious thing, so we have got to just try and think out the box. Comply is the word I'm looking for. We need to comply if we want to stay safe. Okay, fair enough, you might not show any symptoms, but you've got to think to yourself, how many people have you infected? And that's the one. The NHS are trying to stagger the amount of beds being used, the amount of intake. So if we all get it, which there's a good chance we will, we need to stagger the times we get it. We can't all get it in the same week or the same fortnight because the NHS simply won't be able to cope. The wind's blowing in my eyes now. So that's the whole idea of staying indoors. You know, you might be lucky, might not get it, but if you do, let's hope the NHS has a bed for you. If you've got any ideas you want me to talk about, any questions regarding detecting, just post them below. But I'm going to try and do sort of weekly updates, just weekly chats really, just to keep in touch with you guys. So obviously if we can keep the social media going, that'll be brilliant. So if you've got any little stories or articles or want to show some of your finds, by all means send them over to me and I'll try and get them on the XP Facebook page. My email is gary@xpmetaldetectors.com. Just stay safe, guys. That's all I'm saying, is stay safe, because although we've got no metal detecting events this year, which is a shame because I was looking forward to seeing a lot of you at Detectiveville, Italy, the Netherlands and so on. It's not going to happen, but we really want to see you safe at next year's event, so just take care of everything. So what are we going to talk about today? Got some dogs coming over in the background, can you see? Do you know what, I'll tell you what we can talk about. Let's have a talk about that thing, because there's an interesting little story about my dog Missy. Believe it or not, she's not even a year old. She was born on April the 1st. We got her as a rescue dog when she was 3 months old, and we were a third owner. Can you believe that? A third owner in 3 months. And she was a bit of a nightmare when we got, well, she was a lot of a nightmare actually. She was a basket case. I couldn't take her to a park like this. If she saw a dog like them dogs over there, she'd be going nuts, barking at them, going absolutely crazy. But we spent a lot of time on her with my good friend Paul Gregson, and he runs a dog training company called the Canine Whisperer. I'll put the links below and you can see some of Missy's videos on that. But this guy, he got inside their heads, he knew what made them tick. And from the first word he said, that dog is not aggressive. Look at its body language. It's not aggressive. It just needs to know its boundaries. So let's have a little sit down with her for a minute and have a little talk about this. Because there's a couple of things I'd like to point out, which one of them really annoys me. And to be fair with you, it annoys most German Shepherd owners. So here we go. Here she is laid there. She's a bit tired now. She calmed down. Come. Sit. As you can see, she does everything I don't tell her. Right, German Shepherds. Now people out there call them Alsatians. Alsatians to a German Shepherd owner is a bit of a rude word. Alsatians are the sort of dogs that bite people. German Shepherds are more of a working dog, but the difference between the two is zero. They're both the same dog. Now here's an interesting little fact which could be your $1 million question one day. German Shepherds during the war were used by both sides, England and Germany. And now they were used as attack dogs, rescue dogs, search dogs. They'd done several different tasks. Now, because the English didn't want to associate with German, they called them Alsatians, and that's where the word Alsatian comes from. Well, to be a little bit more precise, there was an immense battle on the French border, a town called Alsace-Lorraine. Alsace-Lorraine, I don't know how to pronounce it. And that's where the word Alsatian come from. So both sides were using them because their effectiveness. Now, this carried on for quite some time, and back in 1977, the Kennel Club changed the name from Alsatian back to German Shepherd, or GSD. There's another dog that gets mistaken for a German Shepherd, and that's called the Malinois. The Malinois is a little bit smaller. You find now in Afghanistan and places like that, the military tend to use the Malinois because it's a little bit lighter. They can throw them in helicopters and things like that. And also they need a lot more training than the German Shepherd. They're quite an energetic dog, and they're not frightened of biting people, to be fair with you, but they can be well trained. They're a real one-man dog. German Shepherds over there, brilliant pets. I mean, she's been an absolute darling. She behaves herself. I've just started taking her detecting with me. Come. And she's doing really, really well. Intelligent dogs, they like to be worked. They like to work all the time. You can't have a German Shepherd sitting around the house. It'll just turn into a fruitcake. So the German Shepherd, what about their characteristics? Well, they are a super intelligent dog. They really, really are intelligent, and they like to be worked. You have to form a bond with your German Shepherd. You can't just leave them in the house, come home from work, and that's the job done. You have to spend a lot of time with them, and it's perfect for me because I work from home. Naturally suspicious, they want to know if someone comes in your house. They're not aggressive with them, but they're suspicious of them. Great family pets, but I think sometimes the wrong people get the wrong dog, if you know what I mean. For example, I've got two collars for her. I've got a leather collar and I've got a chain when I'm training her. The big chain, when people see that around her, they cross the road. But if she's got a nice collar on, people are more than happy to come up and say hello. So it's just this perception people get of a particular breed. German Shepherds love to work. I mean, she can't stand around being idle. Let me just kick the ball for her again, hang on. And they like to be, well, they like to do stuff. Running around with the ball's one thing, but she likes to do some training. Down. Girl. So just simple bits and pieces keeps your dog alert. It keeps your dog, well, working with you. You know, you have a bond with a dog, don't you? I mean, she's seen the dog on the other side of the park there, but she's got no interest. Come. But spot on, really good dog. Come, here, 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 here. Stay, stay, stay. Go. So I just try and do different exercises with her when I'm out, but don't laugh at this. She has got a really good nose on her, and I think with a little bit of practice I can train her to sniff out silver. I can't do it with gold because it's a natural metal, but silver's got different metals in it, and I think it gives off a certain smell, especially something to like a dog. So what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is try and condition her to smell silver. So next time I do go out in the field, I'm going to be ready for them hammers. Do you know what? I could live without detecting for a few weeks. It really doesn't matter. What I can't live with is all the kids being at home screaming and shouting. It's driving me absolutely mad. Chemical warfare, did these start, did they start? I don't care. I really don't care. That's for others to sort of go on about. I haven't got enough room in my hard drive to process all this sort of stuff. All I'm going to concentrate on is keeping myself safe and my family safe, and getting through this really, and that's all there is to it. It's really eerie seeing that the roads are completely dead. There's just nobody about apart from walkers, dog walkers, the odd van. But yeah, quite a big A road, and yeah, you got the odd car or van going past, but oof, really makes you think that yeah, the world's changed, hasn't it? The world has changed.